says, we know why they're chucking money into these old Doctor Who shows, because they want to screw with canon. But it's ultimately not going to work. Right? Again, who was the War Games in Colour made for? For who Rusty Davis thinks are new fans, which are essentially the weirdos that go to Gallifrey 1, right? The toxic fans that live on Twitter. That's probably like under 500 of them, right? Really, genuinely, right? There's probably all there is, and they don't buy any merchandise because, as we see, merchandise sales has completely slumped, which is somewhat evident from the lack of merchandise. Again, remember all the merchandise that came out right before Jodie? It's all gone, right? It's all gone. Again, well, honestly, I've said this many times. The way to bring Doctor Who back, you start off with a continuity-less Doctor in a TARDIS, and it doesn't know much. He's amnesiac. He doesn't know where he comes from. He knows stuff as the plot requires it. He knows who the Daleks are, maybe, right? He knows how to operate the TARDIS. He doesn't know where he comes from or who he is, right? And that could be like a central theme through the first season. And I think the only nod you would have classic monsters, but the only nod you would have to Doctor Who, I would say 63 to 17, which is what I think is real Doctor Who, would be like they'll find like some kind of ancient etching hidden away on Patrick Troughton, right? And eventually, when you get to the next anniversary, you say that everything after Capaldi wasn't real. It was like after the 13th regeneration, everything like it broke reality. And I think the cool way of introducing it, have a special with lots of people who would love to see play the Doctor, but never like bring David Morrissey back, right? What's his name? Hugh Grant, right? I think lots of people who we like to see. Pierce Brosnan? All the people he would love to see play but never have, and right? They're like these one-time Doctors. And they come together in a multi-Doctor special and say that like reality was fractured and there's unlimited Doctors now, and they get together to reboot reality, and so you're in a reboot universe with a wink to the past universe, right? And that's it, and then you're good, right? The reason they call this Doctor the 15th Doctor is to give him legitimacy, because he's so not legitimate. He's always wearing a fucking skirt. I mean, yeah, if I may. Everything wrong in modern Doctor Who is right here in these pictures. There we go. I have to download. Man, I hate these bloody clowns. Come on. You know, you go open up something and they're doing. Here we go. Yeah, look at this picture. And it just annoys the hell out of me. Now, Verada Sethu is hot. She's a very, very, very sexy woman. Wearing mum pants for some unknown reason. Well, Shooter's wearing a fucking skirt, okay? It's a skirt! Fucking weirdo. Like, it's a skirt. I mean, again, and it's all of this. Is there some sexual underpinning to all of it, right? Again, look, she looks gorgeous, but why not make her look hot? For God's sake. How about unzip that a little bit out top so we can get a bit of cleavage, darling? No, that's too exploitative, is it? Well, okay. Fuck you, then. Anyway, this, I feel, is the future of Doctor Who, if I may. Right. Did I download the wrong one? Hang on, I downloaded the wrong one. Hang on. I've got to go back. There was 2 clips he put on. Hang on. Videos. Yeah, there we go. The Iceman. There. The Iceman was the first one. Now, this is an animation from a Big Finish. Let me pull up the Big Finish thing. Where is it? Big Finish. Now, I thought this was a very inventive release, right? I really, really did. I think it came out this time last year. Oh, man, Big Finish takes so long, the bloody thing to open up. So the Stephen Noonan release. Yeah, let's pull this up. So going to open up? I don't know. But okay, so essentially, you really need the cover to be able to talk about this. Come on. Oh, here we go. At last. Oh, we should look at that as well. The 12 Days of Big Finishmas. Hang on. Callum Weston's channel. That's who it is. Thank you, Darren M. I very much appreciate that. So this will be... Pretty sure this is from January last year. Let's have a look. 24. Here we go. Fugitive of the Doctor. Fugitive of the Dalek. So it's a very clever premise. Essentially, I kind of worked it out about halfway through. If you haven't heard it yet, okay, I'll say $27.65 is too expensive to pay for this. I would recommend it. Even I think it's pretty darn good. Right? I wouldn't spend $30 on this. No. So it's Stephen Noonan playing the First Doctor and Lauren Cornelius playing Dodo. So what this is that you have a somewhat amnesiac Doctor, and he, First Doctor, and he stumbles into time. There's some kind of ongoing mystery going on. It's revealed, again, spoiler warning. It's revealed about halfway through that he's actually the duplicate Doctor that Daleks made. And they go and visit old Vicky as some part of the story. That he was, I think she was there when the duplicate was made. I can't remember, right? I can't remember. But it was actually a really solid, decent story. Now, Stephen Noonan is interesting because his Doctor doesn't sound much like the First Doctor, but he acts like the First Doctor, right? It's really here. So, and as I said, Callum Wetton illustrated 2 bits from this story, and I think they're both beautiful. Oh, there's no. Oh, really? The dialogue isn't coming out. It's happening a lot now. Let me try this video file, see if that works. Now, this is like old Vicky, obviously. But again, I don't understand. Why does the BBC or Bad Wolf, I reckon, for $50,000, this guy will make you an incredible hour and a half of TV. Illustrating they could do spare parts from Big Finish and do it in a movie-length format.
There you are.
Vicky, why are you here?
To stop you doing whatever it is you're trying. You've opened up your stomach.
Evidently. I've disconnected the circuits, regulating my power source. Very soon it will overload and detonate.
You see what I mean? He doesn't sound like he doesn't sound like William Hartnell, but he intones like William Hartnell. I think it's really an incredible job he does.
Well, you're setting yourself to self-destruct, but why?
Below us are gathered the greatest scientists of this age. They will all be killed, and history will take a different course.
You want to change history?
No. I want the Doctor to stop me.
You're setting a trap, using yourself as the bait?
And you too, my dear. I'm afraid it is too late to escape the explosion. Either the Doctor comes, or you will die too.
You'll just be killing all these people for nothing.
The Doctor will come and save them, and I will kill him.
The Doctor isn't going to come and stop you.
You don't know that.
Yes, I do, because I know, Don't you think there've been times when I wanted the Doctor to come and save me? To whisk me away from my...
I tell you, this is a really great performance as well. Yeah, that's something else that I think you can't really underplay. That Callum's ability to direct a scene is really excellent, right? It's real, just pure talent, right? It really is just pure talent.
My problems after Troilus died, but no matter how much I wished, the Doctor didn't come, and if he didn't come for me, he certainly won't for you.
Then in just over a minute, you and everyone here will die.
Including you! Don't you want to live?
Again, they're bringing out another animation. What is it? What's the animation bringing out in a few months? I can't remember. I'm going to buy it, but this is so much better! For goodness sake!
I'm not alive. I'm just a machine.
No, you're not. Don't you remember? You told me you're as alive as you want to be.
That statement was an error. The product of a malfunction.
No, it wasn't. It was the product of life. Of free will.
I do not have free will. I must follow my programming.
No. You resisted it before, you can resist it again.
I cannot.
Yes.
Yeah, look at this. The marriage of just really good script, good acting, and good. This is so watchable, right? It is so watchable. Oh,
You
man.
can, because you're the Doctor.
I am not the Doctor. I am merely an imitation.
One as clever and stubborn as the original. You can be the Doctor if you want to be.
I do not.
Then if not for you,
What would this be like in black and white?
then for me. Be the Doctor for me.
Be the Doctor? For you?
Yes. I need you to be the Doctor. Save the world.
Man, this is just a powerful scene. I'm sorry. It's just really excellent.
But if I was the Doctor, if I were the Doctor,
You'd be strong enough to break your programming. You'd be able to cancel the self-destruct.
no, I am not strong enough to cancel the self-destruct.
Please.
But I am strong enough to do one thing. Vicky, this wire. If you break the connection, I will deactivate.
Deactivate? You mean you'll die?
I do not know what will.
Again, I found more compelling drama in how long has this been on? 3 minutes than I have done in the entirety of Russell Davis's New Era of Doctor Who.
Happen. My systems might reset. My memory cells might be erased. I might lose myself.
A kind of death.
Please, my dear. I cannot resist much longer.
Oh, blimey. Didn't sugarcoat that, did she?
Thank you, Susan. This old body is wearing a bit.
They could do a whole season of this for what they do for one episode. Honestly, like for what they do for what they could literally do a whole season of this.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Honestly, that's the best ad I've ever seen for this, right? Let me see if we get that other one to play. Yes! But again, I like the animation style they got going on here, right? And again, look at how beautiful the backgrounds are. This is called the Ice Moon. And I wish I could remember this story, but I remember liking it at the time. I'm just finding this a little bit more effective than a gooning idiot coming in and saying, ham and cheese toasted, whatever, latte? Fuck off. No.
I don't know if it was a Dalek machine or just something they had found lying around and got working. And it would have been destroyed when their time machine blew up, so maybe they don't have another one.
But the time machine they used to follow us. It must be somewhere on this moon. We could sneak inside it and find out what they're up to.
Sounds dangerous. There's probably still some Daleks inside.
But they would be
Wouldn't you watch this? I would watch this. I'm excited to watch this.
no match for us, If I pretended that my programming had reactivated with you as my prisoner...
I don't know. I'm not the devil-may-care girl I once was. I just want to go home.
To go home?
I'm sorry. It's just that when I found...
BBC got me? Oh, is the stream been zapped? What happened? Let me check them online. Yeah, I'm online. Okay, thank God. There we go.
you in the TARDIS, I thought you'd come back for me. I mean, I thought the Doctor had come back for me and we could go off having adventures again. A silly old woman's fancy.
You wanted to leave your family?
My husband Troilus died a few years ago.
Again, the pathos in this. Again, why can't they do stuff like this? Things that you actually care about. You know, I was thinking about the breaking the fourth wall, which they do a lot nowadays. And Tom Baker did it once, maybe, I can't remember, once or twice. But here's the thing. it worked when Tom Baker did it because he'd been Doctor for 3 or 4 years at that time, and he developed an incredible rapport with the audience, right? And that people loved him and cared about him. And so when he broke the fourth wall, it was kind of cheeky. Ncuti Lite comes in and breaks the fourth wall straight away, and without doing the work of building up a rapport with the audience, they just assume, oh look, I got a Doctor Who logo, so therefore everything works and I'm Doctor Who.
Since then, I've been on my own. My children have their own families now, their own lives. They don't need me.
Why do you think why the Doctor wouldn't come back to you? Do you think he's forgotten you?
No, it's not that he'd forget. Although he was terribly absent-minded.
I'm telling you, I was never like that into Vicky as a character, Maureen O'Brien. She's knocking out the park with these two scenes.
It's just that he was always looking forward, exploring places he'd never been before, meeting people he'd never met before. He wasn't one for looking back. No.
Ncuti Lite was the one for just looking in the fucking mirror, frankly.
I always thought he'd be too busy to bother about an old biddy like me, and quite right, too. Adventures are for the young.
I'm not sure I would agree. And that's not the Vicky I know.
But you don't know me, do you? We've only just met.
True.
Yeah, this is what I want to talk about Stephen Noonan's portrayal, because he had the kindness in his voice, right? He really is a craftsman doing a great job, I think.
Ooh. But in the time we've been together, I have got to know you a little. And you are still a force to be reckoned with.
That sounds like it could be taken two ways.
And a wise woman once told me, you're as alive as you want to be. So, my dear Vicky, live!
Thank you.
Now, the Daleks won't be immobilized forever. Help me get back to the TARDIS. There's something I must do.
Yes, what?
I must infiltrate and kill.
I'm sorry, I'm not giving a commentary. I'm just so taken in by it.
Infiltrate and kill the Doctor.
Oh, no.
My dear Vicky, my original programming.
I know, it's coming back to the surface.
Then you
it sounds like a bit of a duffer idea on paper, but man, does it work well.
must go. Back to the TARDIS. Find help.
And leave you here?
You must. I cannot resist. You are in terrible danger.
But there must be something I can do.
No time. Can't hold it back.
No, now the Daleks are waking up.
Then all the more reason you should run! Run! Run for your life!
Again, I don't think Doctor's been directed this well in the years. Frankly, it's just excellent.
Kill! Infiltrate and kill! Infiltrate and kill!
All right. I'm sorry, goodbye.
Increase!
Love to hear Stephen Noonan's take on this. This is fascinating. Just excellent work. Again, if I find out that I absentmindedly bought 10,000 Bitcoin in 2011, for $20, I forgot about it. One of the first things I will be doing is employing Callum Weston just to make stuff. It's so good. What would you do first? Would you have him make recreate Lost Stories? I don't know. Maybe I'll get him together with mid-journey Doctor Who, right? Have him recreate the Lost Stories in like a wireframe, and then have AI map a photorealistic, Doctor Who over it. That would be wild, right? That would be wild. Okay, anyway. So we had a nice look yesterday at Callum Weston's Future of the Daleks. It was fantastic. There's another the fan film coming out. I have no idea about it. It looks genuinely interesting. Let's check out this trailer they put out.
I've had many faces, many lives.
Not all of them, I admit.
Oh, they say that was a doctor? That's an interesting idea.
Not all of them. I I even remember.
Wait. Is that a bow ship? Oh, you know who would love this? Autumn Mirabalas. He loves bow ships. All right? That does look like a bow ship, doesn't it?
All of them. I even remember.
And that's from Braden Morbius. So this looks like it might be tying quite heavily into the Timeless Children. It's really done exquisitely, though. That's an AI Hartnell, and it looks excellent. So wait. That looks like an original thing they filmed from. At the very least, we can say the special effects of this are excellent. I have no idea what this is about. Babe got a I have no idea what this is about, but it looks. I will be very open-minded to it, right? I'll be absolutely very open-minded to it. Fine, where do we begin? Oh man, I got I got too many stories lined up. Is it and this Christianity one goes on for a bit, so we'll put this one over here. Oh, so much to talk about. There's that. Okay. Man, there's a lot to talk about. Where we start? Okay, this is a good place to start. There you go. So, Joy to the World wasn't a good story. It was okay. It would have been better if it was Peter Capaldi and done in like 2014, in an age where the BBC didn't absolutely hate Christians and traditional values, right? It would have been fine, right? I think it would have been absolutely okay. But that's not the times we're living now. We're living in times where people hate traditional values. But specifically Christians. They hate Christians with a bile. So the way the story ended, the fat chick, what's her name? Nicola Coughlan turned into a giant supernova star because she was a fat chick and nobody's going to love her. Essentially, that was the message of the story, right? And you saw the people looked up and saw the light of the star and they were warmed by it, right? It's a nice idea, right? It's a nice idea. But the last slide, I think, was on in Bethlehem, which we actually call Beit Lechem here in Israel, with the star that guided the three wise men, right? So are they saying that it was, my initial take of this is saying, well, Christianity, it was all just based on a misunderstanding that this star appeared and they ended up by this guy's house, and it all just like happened by accident, right? That was kind of the mocking vibe I got from it, right? But other camps saying, well, this says that Christianity is canonicized in Doctor Who. I don't think that was goal. So Theda Thigman talks about this, who I believe is a Christian. This Christmas special of Doctor Who Joy to the World literally direct mockery at Christianity and will offend a lot of people. So that was the vibe I got from it. At the end, the titular character Joy transmutes into a star using tech from Villain Guard, which becomes a star that appears in. And what's the rest of the thread? Appears in it. Further goes on. Appears in Bethlehem. Okay, fine. It further goes on to say that when people die, they become part of the star. Or was that just her mother? Right. So they took the beliefs of the Christians, gutted them from the Christmas special. I saw it, so you don't have to see it. And instead write scathing letters to Disney and the BBC. Disney's done. Disney is done, right? And yeah, the vibe I got was it was dismissive and mocking to Christians, right? Right? Yes, the star that guided the three wise men and the motley entourage of shepherds, angels, and donkeys, and kids dressed like sheep. Okay, if the average nativity is believed was actually an experiment by an evil weapons corporation from the future. That's the vibe I got, right? Yeah, that is the vibe I got. Tom thinks they totally misunderstood the episode. I wonder what his take on it is. Yes, your sense of intent is wrong. The story says nothing about the values and importance of Jesus. If God exists, he is just responsible for this star appearing as a ball of gas or a woman turning into an arms manufacturing experiment. Well, that's Tom Coates. That's actually a good argument. That I can't argue with that, right? I mean, there was a prophecy that when Jews return to the land of Israel, the land blooms, right? And you see it in real time. There's a thing called the Green Line, which is where a British officer drew a green line on a map to indicate which would be the Arab sections, which would be the Jewish sections after 48, right? And they call it the Green Line now because you can literally see that's where the vegetation stops. Then you may say, well, that's because the Israelis have superior irrigation techniques. They don't share with the Arabs. They steal the water. Not really, right? That doesn't really happen at all. But it doesn't matter how the prophecy happens. So I think Tom Coates is making a very cogent argument. I do think the officer's intent was to belittle Christianity there. You're just shorting that my primary points explaining that the intent both in writing and song proved right by admission by the author who you have become a meme now, the salt must flow. He doesn't like being proved wrong. I think the intent was to be mocking towards. It was like a little joke, right? At the end, I think we're overthinking it, but I think we're overthinking it because Moffat underthought it, right? He works at the BBC, Don Coates. I'm not even vaguely salty about anything. Generally, I literally just spent some time replying to you, to the Doctor Who director Rachel Talley, who asked if the episode was the first overtly religious in Doctor Who. Interesting. Okay. She reads completely different to you in a way that she is compatible with Moffat's words, as is mine. My interpretation is that precisely nothing about is Christ's divinity or the original motivation caused by the star is divine or not. You think it's been? Yeah. Okay. I don't know which way I fall on this. I think it was insulting to Christians, but maybe not so intentionally, right? That's my my take on it, right? I think it was insulting to Christians, but not so intentionally. It's something that it's in a wiser age they wouldn't have trod there, but we don't live in a wiser age. We live in a much dumber age. I mean, that's really the problem. We live in a very dumb age. So dumb again. So I complained before about people on my side of the cultural aisle saying Doctor Who disaster, ratings disaster. It's here, for example. Where was this? Fandom Pulse, right? Doctor Who ratings crash. Honestly, I think a 4.1 overnight is perfectly respectable. It's not terrible. It's not good. But it's not like the end of the world. It really isn't, right? It really isn't. In today's television landscape, it really isn't, right? It didn't embarrass itself. And all these articles are suggesting that it did. And it's a post all-time lowest ratings for a Doctor Who Christmas special. I mean, again, but you got to count in the... what did the Jodie one get again? Doctor Who ratings 2022. The Christmas special was 3.21. So, yeah, no, that's 1 million lower. Well, 900,000 lower, right? And I think you can expect that number to grow. I really genuinely do. I mean, again, these numbers are bullshit, right? But they are, they still do grow to something. Ratings 2024. Let's go back over here. should have done 2023. Oh, that's the wrong bloody thing. No, I don't want GoDaddy. There you go. So the overnight 4.73, then up 7 day, up 3 million. I wonder if it's going to maintain that rise. You know what? That's an interesting question. Will it maintain that 3 million bump? I bet it won't, actually. I bet it won't. I think maybe it'll get here. Let's have a look at ratings 2024. Let's see what an average bump was for digital, right? It was, man, look at these ratings. They're so low. They're so fucking low. I reckon by the time this is done, it's going to get a 6.4 rating, right? If they can get that, I mean, the bumps they get are very low on catch up, aren't they? They're like 1.5 million max. So that'll give it 5.6, right? Will it be that low? I think, okay, between 5.6 and 6.5. That's my prediction, right? But it's not a disaster. The point is, it's not a disaster in the current television landscape, which has been decimated by terrible television. It's not a disaster, right? It just isn't. And I think portraying it is disingenuous, quite frankly. Something that's just incredible, though. Hang on to your hats for this one. This is really incredible. Just like season 1, season 2, episode 4 is a Dr. Lite. Expect to see Ncuti at the start and the end, but not in between. What the fuck? I mean, how do you explain this one? Right? I don't know how you explain, like, how do you explain not having the Doctor in and like, last year they said, oh, he was doing Bridgerton. What's he doing now? Sucking Russell's cock? Yes, I know. That's basically the only thing that happens in Doctor Who nowadays. Russell Davies gets his cock sucked by Doctor Who. Okay, well, glad it's working for you. The story focuses on Ruby, Conrad, Joe King, and Unit, but the Doctor and Belinda are involved at the start and relevant to the plot. But the overall Doctor Light episode, it's kind of pathetic, isn't it? Right? I think it's kind of pathetic that they another. I mean, like, you have 8 episodes a year. Don't get me wrong. This makes me happy because it means the less I have to see a Ncuti, and watching Ncuti is just a nightmare, right? Yeah, I think it was just it's just dumb. I'm sorry, it's a dumb creative decision, which are the only creative decisions you see being made in this era of Doctor Who. Dumb ones, like what? Yeah, why? It's really beyond me, right? It's really beyond me. Yeah, second. Well, we should look at Big Finish while we're here. Let's have a look at their Christmas sale. So if they got anything I could recommend. I can really like this, but I couldn't recommend spending $27.65 on it. Are you crazy? Yeah, no. It's way too much. What's this one? Doctor Who magazine. Oh, it comes out on Thursday. Yeah, we'll look at that on Saturday, I guess. I was going to get this 50th anniversary story for Tom Baker, but I don't know. Big Finish essentially just put me off it. Let's have a look what's on the 12 days of Big Finishmas. So on the 23rd, we have Big Finish archives. We dusted down 2 Big Finish magazines, 8 and 9, unavailable over a decade. Yeah, I think I got all of these. Is it? Click it to get the deals. What's the code you got to put in? Mistletoe 24. Okay. And I guess you get these are extras they put out. Well, we'll look at that in a second. Mistletoe 24. So, okay, I guess these are free. And then you can buy, you have to Destruct Positive. No, not for $12.56. Jake Dubman. Is this a Jake Dubman one? Regeneration Impossible. I can't really remember it. I don't think I had this one. No, Torture, not interested. Peter Capaldi short trips. Who's Dead Media by John McCrane, Jacob Dugman. Yeah, two Jacob Dugman ones. Now this is worth it. Oh, okay. These two things are worth it. The Martian Invasion of Earth is War of the Worlds. It's very, very good. Right? It's excellent. And Destination Nova for $3.76, very good. Right? This is the start of Tom Baker on Big Finish Audio. Very, very, very good. Right? It gets my approbation, that one. Any Martian Invasion of Earth, Big Finish Classics. Yeah, Cuddlesome, blimey, I remember that came out. That was a weird, what's the word I'm looking for? A weird reinvention. Reinvention of a audio visuals play, which is the fan group that did audio Doctor Who adventures in the 80s that eventually became Big Finish. All right, so fine. Those last two things are worth checking out. Yeah, absolutely. We got let's see what if we go to Doctor Who, we should be getting reviews coming out now. Doctor Who secretly reveals Sam to Anita after the episode. Did it? Curse of Time. I'm not really that interested. Confirm story details. Okay, well, you should confirm them within the story. Really? I mean, that's really a much better thing. So Stephen Moffat said he's going to return to the Time Hotel. It's not that great an idea, Stephen. Right? It's not that great an idea. Doctor Who, is the 15th Doctor ongoing tragedy too much? Yes! And it's what he does instead of acting. Yes! It's too much. It is too much. It's too much and it's dull. Right? We're over it. It is too much. 100%, we agree. It's too much. Okay. We're going to hear Doctor Who is different again, and nature of the show to change with the times. But yeah, these times are moronic. Don't change with these times. And the times have just massively changed. But unfortunately, it's not. This era of Doctor Who isn't contemporary because it's been made 2 years ahead. So it's very out of sync with the times right now. And the Doctor keeps changing, and there's been more than 15 actors in the role now. But the biggest change has been the overall motion. To avert having an overtly emotional Doctor than ever. I think Capaldi was more emotional, and he was much more reserved. Right? This guy just seems like, I don't know, needs Ritalin or lithium or something. Yeah, he seems like he's a manic depressive gay guy off his meds. Right? That's what it seems like. How stunning and brave. Sharon Russell Davis has spent the last few years observing young people in crisis, especially during the pandemic lockdown, and he wanted the new Doctor to provide something of an outlet for kids. And it's failing horribly, right? Nobody relates to Ncuti Gatwa. I'm sorry, right? He wanted a new Doctor to be more openly emotional, more sincere. He's so less sincere, less stoical and repressed than any old British way. Indeed, the style of the British writers from the 1960s to the 80s. But outright avoid men expressing emotions as much as possible. Well, again, this is talking about something like 40 years ago. Extreme situation like Lost. In films that men only really cry when somebody they love dies. Yeah, you mean what? They don't want to look like pussies? Yes. Weird that, isn't it? Right? Because it's not very attractive seeing a hero act like a fucking pussy. Right, it's a bad idea. Fifth Doctor wears his heart on his sleeve and offers emotional support to his friends. His emotional support seems like sexual support to me. I don't trust it. Right, I don't trust him, including the previous self, David Tennant, and Ncuti Gatwa is one of the most emotionally open faces on the screen. So why not use his full range? Because he has shown zero fucking range. Like, look, this gay black guy can play a gay black guy. Well, that's really impressive, isn't it? No, 15th Doctor fails to save people a lot. I know. Dr. Venn save people, save someone has been a feature, not a bug, of the hero since the 1960s. That's not fucking true. That's the aberration, not the fucking norm. That is not true. That's part of the character's strategy, to always try but never succeed in saving everyone. Well, not save everyone. You save most fucking people. Oh, for God's sake. Writers always use a trope there to give the series pathos. Throughout the first season, the 15th Doctor frequently failed to save her because he's shit. All the way to this year's Christmas special, Joy to the World, he saved Ruby in the first episode, and the Christmas special, Church on Ruby Road, in the way we've all come to expect the Doctor to do. Yeah, what, the one episode where he actually seemed like the Doctor, yes. With swashbuckling, daring do, and clever thinking. Well, the rest of the season, he didn't really save anyone. No, if it was shit. We just had over loud music in Space Babies. Oh, fuck, that was awful. It really was awful. It was often somebody else who did it. In Space Babies, it was Ruby who saved the snot baby. Fuck, I hated that. The Beatles saved him in The Devil's Cord. No, I mean, again, those things were not the Beatles. It was Ruby who saved the Beatles, 73 yards. It was the AI recreation of a father who saved the day in 73 yards. He disappeared. It was Ruby who got cursed. Ruby got cursed, had to live to the end of a long life before she could go back to the moment of her death and stop her from stepping on the ferry. So I'm glad you worked that out. Bloody hell. It's a lot of fanfic you had to write to make that piece of shit episode make any fucking sense. And boy, did they build that up and build it up and build it fucking up. Oh, it's the best monster ever. Most scary. No, it fucking wasn't. Gaslighting cunt Russell fucking Davis. Oh. He is. He's a gaslighting cunt. Oh, you can only lie so many fucking times, Russell, mate. And you're over your quota. No one believes a word you say anymore. And while Lindy and her racist friends refused to help and proudly trotted off to their death because they were privileged idiots who thought they knew everything. What, like you? It was Rogue who saved Ruby from the cosplaying agent. Oh, God, an Empire Death. He saves the universe by finally coming up with a clever plan, but reluctantly killing Sutek, the god of... Oh, no, so reluctant. No, he's not. Oh, God, that was so bad. Now, why recap that awful season? It's fair to say people a feature of the 15th Doctor, not a bug, is the ongoing theme that Doctor witnesses loss all the time. Both Davis and Stephen Moffat have talked about this at length, that the Doctor is an immortal time traveler. He knows everything, knows when everybody dies, including his friends. It is failure to save people when they're in danger, a new ongoing feature of the character. So if it is, it's a shit one, isn't it? Right? It could be tricky since one demand of satisfying heroic fiction, which Doctor Who most certainly is to have a hero that's proactive and succeeds to save the day. Yes, right. An episodic series, the hero can get away with losing sometimes, but surely not all the time. The whole season. Yes. I mean, I love these people like noticing. They go, "Wait a minute, is this shit?" Yes, it's shit. If you didn't know, it is shit. It is shit. Loss is a potent one, but how long can we go on before they start the constant death and tears become numbing? Since episode 1, I mean episode 2. 15 might not be the most tragic Doctor, but man, it's a tragedy. He is a Doctor. But the audience can put up with it. Can they all put up with it on a weekly basis? Well, we all fucked off and gone, right? So no, I mean, there isn't any audience left. I have no idea what to tell you, right? I have no idea what to tell you. Yeah, can Doctor Who survive the Doctor not being a hero? No, right? And he's like, but he's black and gay. How much more heroic can you get just by being black and gay? A lot more. Maybe be heroic, do heroic shit. I don't know. That might be a good idea. Man, this is going to go down. as an embarrassing failure. And I look, I'm glad we got a Dr. Light episode coming up because that means there's only 7 more of these fuckers I got to watch. Plus the war between the land and the sea. God help us. Right? God help us. Fine. And then I don't know what's going to be. I doubt Shooting Out will be in the 3rd season if there is one. And the 3rd season is going to be, I guess, BBC only. And honestly, it was better then, right? It was way better then. My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.